Hey everybody, welcome back to another Wargame Quickie. This time it's all about damage reduction and suppression reduction as a result. So, first of all, in case you don't know, there's a straight up HE. That's the wrong one. There's a straight up HE damage reduction for infantry and nothing else in towns and forests. In forests it's 40% and in towns it's 70%. To demonstrate, I have some starships here. They have 5 HE, so 2 hits, or both of them shooting, are gonna wipe out 10 riflemen in the open, 6 riflemen in the forest, and 3 riflemen in the town. Well, or so they should. What should go completely wrong? This one dies. In case you're wondering, if you fire position at the label, right, or click on the label, it will fire position on the unit's position. In case you didn't know, it's a excuse me, a Wargame Quickie in a Wargame Quickie. Anyway, let's go. The CDs go down to 4. I have to make sure that they fire mostly at the same time, so these guys don't move in between shots. And then try the same thing here. Hope they don't suddenly swap buildings. You could also see how it goes from 9 to 7. That's because even though it says 9 men, it might have 8 point whatever, HP. So yeah, that's for damage reduction. Now, the thing that I just showed by accident is from the Hon guide. This one here, which you may or may not be aware of. It's quite old, but still very much on point with a lot of things, including suppression. Why am I showing this? Well, for one, it's a great guide with a lot of great posts. Magic numbers. You can look it up yourself. It's a very good guide. If I don't forget, it's going to be linked in the description. But it's very important because to demonstrate the effect of suppression damage, it's actually not that easy because, as it's highlighted here, every unit also takes 50 suppression damage for each point of damage caused by the hit, right? So as you'll see, the there you go. Sniper rifle here deals 55 suppression damage. Let's just say it's 50 for our purposes here, meaning that 4 hits, excluding any damage, would result in the next morale state, right? In this case, worried. We're just gonna make things with worried because it's easier to demonstrate. I'm not gonna go into all cases and whatnot. But that's just important to note, right? Each damage taken deals 50 suppression, and 200 suppression means worried. All right, just keep that in mind. I assume that half a point of damage would lead to 25 suppression, but I'll be honest, I can't be bothered to test it. And for all intents and purposes, as long as you know the damage reductions for forests and towns and like how relative they are to each other, that's really 95% of all you need to know. It being also reducing suppression, etc., is, I'll be honest, really a whatever kind of deal. So yeah, so we essentially want to deal 200 suppression damage to these riflemen, which in this case we can do with 2 shots of the sniper rifle because each of them will kill 1 guy, and deal 55 suppression damage, which is a total of, 210 suppression damage, which should make them worried, right? There you go. Now, if we try the same thing with Razzmann in the forest, and I didn't just test that, we shoot with 3 Fernspeer squad at these riflemen, right? Which should, if suppression damage is not reduced by cover, should still deal, right, 165 suppression. And 3 shots, 3 HE times 0.6 would be 1.8 HE damage, right? So 165 suppression from the guns themselves, plus at least 50 from losing 1 HP. So 3 shots here should worry this rifleman squad, right? A rifleman, of course. Let's test it out.
What can the infantry do for you, sir?
Oh, but would you look at that? Still calm. So I very much presume that the suppression reduction is the exact same, meaning 40%. again, I can't be bothered to test this all because with damage reduction and
Enemy is in range, so are we.
oh sorry, with HP damage taken being different in Forest, that really makes it awkward to test these things, you know, because suddenly you take more HP damage on the one test outside of town or Forest than in the other. So it's, I'll be honest, it's way too cumbersome for way too little of a payoff because nobody really cares. But I thought I'd just tell you. You might think, oh, Razzmann, you know, just, you know, cluster your infantry and look at the result. It seems like clusters or, you know, stuff that can't really damage infantry might not affect the are they? Yeah. Might not affect or might not be affected, excuse me, by the suppression reduction, right? If you just look at those clusters now hitting those riflemen, they're gonna be to, I think, from shaken to panicked immediately, or were to panicked. I think it's shaken to panicked. Shaken. Where's the second one? Shaken. Wait, what? Am I going insane? Oh, they go from worried to shaken. Alright, I was like, I didn't hear a second one go off here, right? They all go from worried to shaken, right? So, a little oopsie on my part for not paying attention, but yeah, it seems like for clusters, for example,
Platoon is
it
formed.
doesn't really make a difference. You can also see they almost hit at the same time, right? When these guys hit worried again, these other guys should immediately follow suit.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle.
Because that would mean, given that they recover at the same speed.
Yes, sir.
Oh no, these might actually recover faster because they're firing wet. But these guys here, right? So if
Not my war.
once they're worried again, the guys in town should immediately follow suit. Any second now. Totally not gonna extend this video just to put more ads in. Copium. I'm just joking. I just am too lazy to cut this out.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
It's not my
So yeah. Hope this cleared things up. Hope I
Enemy
didn't.
is in range, so are we.
Yeah, these are calmer earlier because of fire red. Hope I didn't
What can the infantry
say
do for
anything
you, sir?
completely.
It's not my war.
Now I'm utterly confused. Maybe so these guys got calm first, but they also had higher red. But these guys did recover a bit faster. Did they actually take a bit less? If they did take less, it's incredibly meaningless. Maybe it's because they were a bit further at the edge. It's clearly not as big of a difference at the 40% and 70% reduction of towns and forest siren comes to HE damage and presumably HE suppression. But like I said, it's a pain in the ass to test. All that matters is really the damage reduction for all intents and purposes, because a good chunk of suppression that they take, that infantry takes, is very often due to the damage that they take. Unless you get MLRS or something, but in that case, MLRS deals so much suppression damage that the damage reduction at that point, or suppression reduction at that point is. Ugh. And before you tell me, oh, why don't you test with artillery? Artillery, even like upgraded M110s, are still way too inaccurate to test that properly. In any case, very scuffed quickie, but that's what my channel is about. Hope you enjoyed it, hope you learned something, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. And let me know what you might want to see next. So yeah, bye bye.